Adopt a no secrets family policy. Okay, so this was an experiment also on my kids. And the reason I came up with this was because I was seeing a lot of online grooming, a lot of sexual abuse, a lot of grooming in person. And so my thought process was, I have a kindergartner boy, and I can't share these big stories to him. Like Matt's fear, I can't overexpose him. I can't say, a coach may try this, or a pastor may try this, because I don't want him to be scared of everybody in his life. So how do I talk to him about this without overexposing him to a big topic? So in my mind, I was like, what I would see always is this grooming process, that these groomers would ask kids to keep secrets, and then they would move to the next level. So for example, if you think about a scale of 0 to 10, and 10 is crisis mode, okay? 10 is your kid has been sex trafficked. 10 is you have a 9-year-old and they're addicted to porn. They're watching it 10 hours a day, you know, like, and we see that. These are major extreme crisis things. What nextTalk is trying to do is over here at a 1, 2, and 3, we're trying to prevent the 10 from happening through conversation. So that's our whole mission of our organization, right? To have these preventative conversations to prevent the 10 from happening. But if we think about it in this situation, like a 10 is a kid who is sexually abused, okay? I'm gonna walk you through what this looks like from a grooming perspective. So over here at 1, we're just gonna say football coach, okay, for an example, is using the F word at practice with your elementary age kid, and they're saying, don't tell your parents, okay? So your kid comes home and tells you, and you're like, okay, it's not a huge, I mean, not with your elementary age kid, I think it's crossing the line, right? But it's a cuss word. The thing that irritates me more is don't tell your parents. So this is what I've learned to tell my kid. Okay, thank you so much for telling me. I don't think Coach is a bad person, but we're gonna move him from the green light to the yellow light. If Coach asks you to keep another secret, you gotta tell me right away, okay? Because adults shouldn't be asking kids to keep secrets, and it's a red flag, okay? And I get it, he probably slipped at practice and was like, I don't want the emails. I get it, but let's just be aware. He asked you to keep a secret, and that's not really okay. Step 2, you're running late for practice. Coach has a beer in his car. He says to your kid, hey, while we wait on your mom to pick you up, have you ever had alcohol? I will give you a sip, but listen to me. If you tell anyone, I will lose my job. I won't be able to be your coach anymore. Listen to me, parents. If your kids take a sip of that alcohol and Coach does not get a call from you, he knows he can do whatever he wants with your kid because your kid is not talking to you. That's how groomers test kids out. I see it all the time. I see it online, I see it in person, but the in-person stuff really jars our kids because it's somebody typically they know and love in real life, and so they're taken back by it, and they're like, what? What is happening here with this person that I love and my mom loves? So you're gonna get some crazy stuff with this no secrets policy. I implemented this, I'll never forget, I was telling a counselor that we work with, and I was like, I implemented this, what do you think about it? She was like, this is fantastic, because she said, that's exactly what I see the grooming happening, the stages, it's the secrets. And so right now, I don't care if you have a 2-year-old, go home and say, we have no secrets in our family. From this day on, we're having no secrets in our family. Now, you're going to get some crazy stuff. My kindergartner came home one time. and said, Mrs. So-and-so said, you're being awful today. Lay down. We're going to lights out for 15 minutes and don't tell your parents. You know, and he came home and I'm like laughing inside. I did not laugh in front of him. But I know Mrs. So-and-so, and I'm like, I would have made you guys sleep the entire period because you're crazy and I don't know how she does it. But that's not what I said to my kid. Because listen, how we respond matters, because most people who are abused by people they know in real life. So we can't dismiss Mrs. So-and-so even though we know her. So again, it's always, thank you so much for telling me that this adult is asking you to keep a secret, right? If she asks you to keep another secret, I need to know ASAP. And we're gonna move her from the green light to the yellow light.